Hello. Okay, first live stream. I have no idea if anybody is gonna tune into this. It's also my first time ever live streaming, so no clue how all this thing works. Everything, I need to learn everything, so bear with me if there is something which is not working properly. I hope the audio is fine. I think I can see the live chat here. Not completely sure. Anyway, this is all basically also a bit of a test, just to see if I like this and if I would want to do this in the future or not. It's a bit a learning curve, I guess. Anyway, the subject of the live stream is this tuner. I'm restoring this tuner at the moment, and I'm gonna do a recap, and I figured I might just as well do this on a live stream instead of just recapping all on my own. Hello Derek. Can you hear me? Can you hear is the sound okay? I hope it is. In the meantime, I'm just gonna set things up here. I'm gonna set my solder iron up with the correct tip and everything. This is not... Yeah, I think that will be fine. It's not plugged in, quite essential. Oh, perfect. Well, it's my first time setting up a live stream, so I have no clue what I'm doing. Things might go horribly wrong. So if this just suddenly dies at some point after half an hour or so, then yeah, you can blame me because I don't know what I'm doing. The weird thing is, I can see my chat, I cannot see it in OBS, so I don't know what is going on there. So every time I need to see my chat, wait, maybe I can pop it out over here, should be possible. Yep. Like this, okay. Okay, now at least I can see the chat. Fine, perfect, okay. So the point is, recapping this tuner. Now, well, I am making a restoration video on this, and I came at a certain point that I needed to do the recap, and then I thought, well, why not do it on a live stream? Fortunately, or unfortunately in this case, most of the caps are still fine. I haven't found any that is really bad. I found a couple which are maybe 30% out, 40% out perhaps. And yeah, but I'm just gonna recap it anyway, because I'm gonna do a full restoration of this thing and I want to have it in pristine condition, like as good as new. So yeah, that's the plan. And in the rest of the time, I'm just, if anybody wants to ask a question or anything or talk a bit, that's why I'm doing this in a live stream. Yeah, no problem, Derek. You don't need to feel the obligation to talk to me while I'm doing this. It's not like a therapy session or anything. So yeah, maybe someone else will drop in at a later point to say hello. we'll see. Okay, now let me turn on the soldering station. Now this thing is not that complicated. It's quite a basic tuner. It only has it's relatively small, the PCB, but it has really nice access. And oh yeah, so this is an Hitachi. Oh yeah, the front plate is gone. Where is it? Yeah, see, so it's an Hitachi FT-300. Quite basic model, but I really like Hitachi. And what I also like about Hitachi is their PCBs. So if you look at this, then on both sides it's printed. So here on this side, all the components are labeled. And of course you have the traces here on the bottom, but on the top side, since of course it's a single-sided PCB, they have actually printed the traces. That is, how nice is that? I've worked on Hitachi gear before and they seem to do that often, and that is incredibly convenient. I do have a schematic as well, which I'm gonna which I can also put on the screen, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, there it is. The thing is, wait, I'm gonna... Okay. Yeah, there it is. So I guess we'll start with the power supply, or I'll just do some random caps and then figure out where they are, and I'm gonna try to mark them to keep track here. I'm gonna try to mark them on the schematic, just to make sure that we don't miss anything. Where is the power supply? Here is it, but where is the... Yeah, I am already lost. Ah. No. Okay, yes, here it is. Ah, it's not a bridge rectifier. That's funny. 1000 microfarad. Wait. Q801. Q801. I think something is already wrong here on this schematic, but anyway. Okay, so let's start with the big one. I don't know what it is. It's a 1000 microfarad at 35 volts. And I think it's the only one that is glued down. So I need to find a way to loosen the glue. Let's put some isopropyl on there and see if I can get it off. Let's unsolder it first, right? Now I don't know which one this is because it's this one. It's C803. Yeah, C803 is here labeled as a 330 microfarad. That's not correct because it's a 1000 in my unit. So yeah, that's not correct. Looks somewhat hi Petronix, looks somewhat similar to the Pioneer SA660. Quite basic, but love the tuner. The Pioneer, I don't know that one. Let me look this up. No, I don't. I have it configured so that I can share my browser. It just very basic, my setup at the moment, but Pioneer SA660. Oh, 606, sorry. That's an amplifier, the SA606. I think you got the numbers wrong, because that's an amplifier. Anyway, 803. Where is my pump? Here. Yeah, I think so too. I think, but at least it's factory, Derek. It should be 1000, I believe. It's definitely factory. The soldering has not been messed with at all. I don't think anyone has ever been in this tuner. I haven't seen any evidence of work. But maybe, yeah, there is some evidence of rework, but I'm not sure if that is. I also think that's factory. Don't think this has ever been repaired or modified. So definitely going to replace it with a 1000. Right, what is the best way to do this? To the left, but then I have to solder with my left hand. No, that's not going to work. I think what is going to happen is at some point I'm going to burn myself or electrocute myself live on stream. Yeah, this is better. It's probably not in shot anymore right now, but okay, it's loose. Oh yeah, before you asked, the tuner works. I didn't show it, but it works, definitely. And we can see if this one is still good. I think it is still good. I think most of the, sorry, meant TX606. Okay, I'll look it up in a second. No, most of the caps in here are still good. There are a couple which are, I don't know if you can see it, but the blue ones, what is the blue one? Yeah, the light blue ones, like this one, for example. These are all Nichicon 1 microfarad. These are suspicious. They all read higher than what they should read, like 1.4, 1.3, 1.5. The other caps, they seem better than those. And let's see what this one reads. The Nippon Chemical. All decent quality caps in here, but yeah, 1977, so. See, that's perfectly fine. So I'm really doing this for, well, for show, basically. Yeah, that sounds bad, Derek. I once had it wasn't the burst electric shock that I ever had, but definitely the most scary one was when I was working on an arcade machine and I was working inside the machine while it was running, and then I bent forward and I hit my forehead against the neck board of the CRT. I didn't get a big shock. It was, I don't know what the voltage is, but I didn't get a serious tingle. But believe me, if you get a tingle on your forehead, you do a jump. It's not really a place where you expect an electric shock. Anyway, what was I doing? I had the TX660. Let's look that up. Ah, yeah, I can see it does have 2 meters. This one only has 1 meter, and it's indeed the quite, yeah, same age, same basic unit basically. Nice. Yeah, ESR. I didn't check the ESR. Let me do that again. You're right. No, 0.2. Maybe in the previous test it was less, but yeah, I think it's fine. Anyway, now first lesson, I didn't look how I took it off. Luckily the board is marked, but I already had issues with that, so I'm gonna double check before I put the new one in. So this is a 35 volt. What do I hear? 35. It's Panasonic or a Nippon Canemicon. Why not? Now, maybe if I put the camera in a top view, but the problem is if I put the camera on top, then I can't really do this anymore. I can't put the tuner on its side anymore, so that's gonna be, yeah, not that comfortable to work on then. So the plus has to go to the cathodes of these two diodes, CR802, CR801. Is that correct? So yeah, that's correct. So the marking on the board is correct, that's fine. Before it said 5.2, okay, yeah. Yeah, I don't think it had a charge because I didn't plug in the tuner today. I only used it last time yesterday. Maybe I had a bad connection because the legs, they are a bit corroded because of the glue that is still on here. Good to get the occasional shock. Teaches you to respect mains voltage. Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, really. Sometimes now I wonder what I was doing when I started working on this equipment. Because really, when I started working on electronics, the very first project I worked on was an arcade machine and a monitor. So that's maybe not the safest place to start in the hobby. That was maybe 15 years ago. And now, when I again look at those things that I was doing at that time, I'm wondering sometimes, what the hell was I thinking? Where was it? Can't find it anymore. There. Okay. Not sure if I will be able to finish the full recap this evening, but well, yeah, so be it. Minus, plus over there, minus over. It doesn't have the right leg spacing, but yeah, what did you expect? Okay. That's first one done. Yeah, maybe what I can also do is show you that this thing actually works before I actually start swapping the rest of the caps, because also for my own test to make sure that I'm not screwing something up. Where is my antenna? Ah, damn. I need cables. Let's plug it in. Yeah, there it is.
Van de spits van Sangerwijn tussen. Heeft u dus begrepen weer tussen de lijnen. Die bal over de zijlijn gezet. Of over de cornervlag, over de achterlijn gezet. Zo wil ik dat zeggen.
Just as always, when I'm working on electronics in the evening, it's always football on the radio, every single time.
Kan natuurlijk geweldig verdedigen. Daar is de bal van Plukken vergegeven. Scheider niet, want de hand van Scherpen, de langste van allemaal. En er is blijkbaar ook een bal over de achterlijn geweest.
It is working. It's working pretty well, actually. Now you never know if it's going to be, if it still can be a bit better, if it can receive more sensitively or something like this. It's also a bit misaligned here, and it's not just a matter of changing the pointer. So I do need to have to do an alignment in the end. So yeah, it's working.
Bij elkaar een zeer geslaagde transfer. De 26-jarige Nederlander tussen.
No problem, Derek. No problem at all.
Dus ook van 11 al clean sheets in de Jupiler Pro League. Eentje was natuurlijk.
Okay, so that's that. I'm gonna unplug things because there are live voltages even if you have the power switch turned off, because the power line C comes in over here and it is just soldered directly to that wire, to that tag strip, and then it goes to the power switch. So there are live voltages here even if you have the power turned off on the on-off switch. Next, oh wait, I do need to find a way here to mark what I am doing. Can I edit? Yeah, the thing is, this schematic is a TIFF file. It's an image, not a PDF, so I need to be a bit markup. No, that's not what I wanted to do. No, this is not gonna work. That's not gonna work. I'm not gonna be able to keep track here on the schematic, so I just need to see, yeah, that I can follow what I'm doing. Right, okay. Oh, you weren't seeing anything probably. So that's this one done. Now next up is here this one. So this is the voltage regulator for the 12 volt. And here on the base we have a 220 microfarad according to the schematic at 16 volts, and according to the actual capacitor it's indeed 220 at 16 volts. $220. It's that guy, the blue one. C804. Yep. $220. Could also be that we had the high ESR earlier because maybe it was still hot from desoldering. I don't know if that has an influence on ESR, but you never know. Let's see, this is a 220. 237, yeah, it's not bad. At 16, again, I didn't check the polarity, how it was installed in the board before taking it out. Okay, this is 220 at 25, 220 at 16, right. I think it's fine because the negative side here is connected to the negative of the previous cap that we just removed. So it should be okay. Let's see. Yeah, the negatives are connected together, great. Okay. Next. Now, I think what I'm going to do next is all these blue ones. So the ones that I mentioned. See the blue ones, those are the 1 microfarad Nishikons. I think I'm going to do these first. And I'm going to, so let's do these bottom two here. There's C603L and 603R. And they are both installed correctly. Well, I mean, the printing matches the installation, so that's fine. CO3L and CO3R, where are they located in the circuit? I think they are on the output. Yeah, they are the capacitors that couple the output stages. So these transistors here are on the output. So you have here the output of the tuner, right channel and left channel, and the capacitors are in line with the output. So see 1 microfarad 50 volts. I'm going to replace these with, I do have some Nishikon audio grades here, because these are really in line with the audio path. Not that it really matters, of course, for a tuner of this age. But if I have them laying around, so why not use them? I just need to find where they are. I think they are in the cupboard here somewhere. Just a second. Yeah. So I do have some decent Nichicons for that. Or well, at least audio caps. I don't know if all of the ones I have here are Nichicon. 1 microfarad. Yeah, no, they are not Nichicon, but I don't know what they are. Manufacturer Illinois capacitor. Okay. But let's first take these two out. No, I'm doing this the wrong way. Okay. C603R. And there we have it. Then 603L. Okay. I'm looking for my solder braid. Where's that? Ah, here. Huh. Okay. Now these caps, yeah, you can argue about the usefulness of caps that are rated as audio quality, but I have them laying around and they are hardly more expensive than regular caps, so why not use them? Now they are getting out of fashion a bit because yeah, people are not really using these anymore. I do have this leg bendy too, because the yeah, what they call it, the pitch is really tiny compared to the ones that came out of here. So yeah, let's see what these ones red that came. What is the other one? Ah, over here. So they should be 1 microfarad. if my theories are correct, then these should be slightly out of spec. One microfarad. 1.22, yeah, okay, that is not dramatic, but could definitely be better. So it's 1.22 at 3.7 ohms, and the ones that I'm gonna put in also 3.7 ohms, but 1.08. So definitely more correct. And the other one that came out, oh, also 1.22. So yeah, it's like really on the edge of what I find acceptable. 20% out for a capacitor is really, it's really my limit, let's say. Usually. Are these bipolars? Because they are not marked on the cap itself. I think these are bipolars. Let me look these up. Part number 105. BPS 100M. Yeah, bipolar. Yeah, these are bipolar audio caps. Nice. So for the output stages, that definitely won't hurt. The only thing is, of course, that they are 1 microfarad at 100 volts, because finding something lower than that in a 1 microfarad is not that common anymore. The original ones were 50 volts. Doesn't matter, of course, but hey. Okay. They may well be, yeah, indeed. That's what I figured. I think at some point I ordered these by accident, and I remember that I was recapping something, and then I was wondering, why are these caps not marked? And then I looked it up, and then I noticed that they are bipolar, and then I put them in my box with audio grade capacitors. Okay. In any case, they are in, and they now will live in this tuner. So, a bit ridiculous to put audio grade caps in a tuner, but yeah, well, at least in a low end or low end doesn't really. My opinion is that low end doesn't really exist in devices from this age, but at least in an entry level model, let's say. Okay, so those are done. I would like to have something to mark these off, because You know, there is in this stupid photo editor, there is no way to mark anything. That's annoying. Anyway, let's do the other 1 microfarad ones. There is another one over here, right, rather close, C304. Let's see where that one is located. C304. It's located near the stereo decoder chip, so that's it's over here. C304. So that is an. So I looked up the function of this switch, and here between pin 12 and pin 13, it's a sort of low-pass filter. I think for the pilot tone or something like this. So it's not in the audio part. So I'm going to use a regular 1 microfarad for this one. It's also 1 microfarad at 50 volts, and we have here, this is 160, this is, I don't know, 100, and this is 50 Rubicon. Okay, that'll do fine. That is C304. Is it installed correctly? Well, yes, the printing is correct. Okay. Okay. C304. Okay. Let's test this guy. F 1.2 as well. They are all very, very similar. So I have a feeling that what I'm going to do here will not make a lot of difference. So, but hey. Now this one is not bipolar, so I need to actually pay attention. Yep. Now, after I've installed this one, I'm going to test the tuner again, just to see that I didn't screw anything up. Okay. Thanks for keeping me company, Derek, and P-tronics. You guys seem to be the only ones that want to talk. Let's see, I think there are like 5 people in the chat at the moment, or let's see. 2. There are only 2 people watching at the moment, so yeah, I figured this was not going to be a really popular stream, but hey, you gotta start somewhere, right? What was I doing? Ah, yeah, wanted to test the thing. Still working.
Hier vanavond nog enkele buien over het westen en 4 graden. Morgen wordt het een grijze dag met regen. In het oosten een enkele opklaring. Graden meer in de app van VRT.
Dan heb ik voor jou.
Okay. Next, these blue guys, I think we have 3 left to do. I have here C214, that is close to the IF amplifier chip. So there are 2 ICs in this thing, in this tuner. One is the IF amp, so it has a couple of amplifiers inside for the IF stages, and the other one is the stereo, the modulator. So just next to right next to the IF amp, there is a C214. Let's see. Yeah, here it is. C214 on pin 8, 1 microfarad at 50 volts. And the marking on the board is correct. And that one is also definitely not in the audio path. Because, well, you do need to know a bit the internals of this IC. It's because I've looked up the datasheet that I know what it's doing. But basically, this circuit on top here, that is the muting circuit. And here on the right, with the transformer T202 and CP201, that's the FM detector. And here on the bottom, you have the AM detector. So that cap C214, that's in the muting circuit. So that's also just gonna be a regular one, not an audio grade. 1 microfarad at 50 volts as well. C214. Okay. Honestly, I really enjoy this type of work because it is quite relaxing. You don't really have to think a lot. You just can swap some caps, desolder some stuff, solder in some new things. You have to pay a bit attention, of course, that you solder in the correct things and that you solder them in correctly, but it's not that you really need to do a lot of thinking. Okay. Somebody is saying something, I think in Russian. I have no clue what you are saying because I don't have a button here in the chat window to automatically translate. So you are welcome in the chat, but it would be nice if you could speak English so that we all can understand what you're saying. Let's bend these legs as well. Okay. Where was I? Over here. Plus on that side, the negative on that side. Okay. That's in position. More people talking Russian. The language of the channel is English, so please speak in English. How model or made capacitors you use? Do you mean which capacitors I'm using, which brand, or well, it's a bit of everything. I only buy decent brands. Most of the time, I buy Rubicon capacitors, but sometimes when these are not in stock, I buy Nishikons. And what capacitors do you use? Okay, yeah, for regular purpose, so. Anything which is not on the audio part, I use just general purpose is, they are always 105 degrees caps. I never use 85 degrees. So this is the one that I'm using now. I don't know if this is going to focus. It's very tiny. Rubicon, see? Usually I buy a Rubicon. But sometimes if there is a certain value not in stock for Rubicon, then I buy Nishikon or Nippon Chemical. Nippon Chemical. I also buy a lot of Nippon Chemical. So it's always Japanese caps basically. And the ones for the audio part, those are mostly Nichikons. But now it was what was it? The ones that I put in, it's unusual. Cornell Doublier, yeah. Cornell Doublier, yeah. Where was I? I was snapping these things off. Honest, to be fair, it depends on what type of electronics you are doing, right? If you're working on digital electronics, you can be much more relaxed with the type of the quality of the capacitor that you're using, as long as they are not physically bad, like they are not capacitors that leak. Then for digital stuff, it doesn't really matter that much. For analog stuff and audio, I really try to stick with the A brands. Now let's see what this one that came out is doing, or is measuring. .2 as well. I have the feeling that they are improving, because when I measured them a couple of days ago, in circuit they were measuring sometimes 1.4, 1.5, but I've been listening a bit to the tuner while it was running, and maybe they have been reforming slightly. Okay. So that one is done as well. I use Nichicon FG. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, you're right. I recognize those. I'm not that an expert on capacitor type, so I can't really immediately say based on the names of the product lines of the brands which caps they are. But it's basically, what you need to do when you replace a capacitor, now if you want to really have a good understanding, then you need to watch X-Ray Tony B's videos, because he has some videos where he explains a lot about capacitors. But really the most important thing is try to understand what the capacitor is doing in the circuit, and then pick a capacitor which is suitable for the job. So if it is just a filter capacitor, for example, or a coupling capacitor, not in the audio path, then a general purpose will do. Honestly, if you buy a decent brand like Nichicon or Rubicon, then it won't make a lot of difference. But I have at one point spent a bit of time gathering Nichicon USW caps. So I have from different values, I have Nichicon USWs. So now when I'm repairing audio gear, see, I use these ones in the audio path. Now lots of people say that it's a placebo effect or you don't hear it, but these are now mostly out of stock. They don't really make them anymore because most people in the audio industry and in the audio vintage audio hobby, they switch to film caps for these kind of purposes. But I have them laying around, so why not use them? Next one is C252, and that one is located, I don't know where, also in that area somewhere. C252. X-Ray Tony B, yeah, he's definitely the master of old hi-fi repairs. I mean, I cannot believe how much I learned from him. It's incredible. C252. It is close to CP251. Where is here is CP251? Here, C252. So that is also not in the audio path. That is on the AM detector. So even if it was in the audio path, are you really going to put an audio grade capacitor in an AM audio signal? No, you're not going to do that. So it's also going to be a general purpose one. C252, yeah. Let's get it out. It's incredible how of a hot topic, of a contentious topic, capacitors can be. It's incredible the amount of stuff that you read online and on forums on people proclaiming that it's almost like a religion. Where is C252? I cannot. What the? Wait, where is? This is. Oh man. Must be over here somewhere. I can't find it. Ah, there. Okay, over there. And is it installed in accordance with the silk screen? Yep. Okay. Let's measure this one as well. So I think it's going to be like 1 to 2 microfarad again. because they all seem to be 1.2. Yeah, 1.22 again. So, by the way, hi guys, I didn't say hello yet to, yeah, Vintage Audio Repair. You're from Russia somewhere, I believe, or, well, I think you're speaking Russian. And then Birdie356, welcome as well. And you seem to be speaking Dutch, Birdie356. Where is the... Okay. C252. Right. Well, that's done. I think I have one blue one left. Yeah, over there. That one is like in the tuning section. It's C157. That's also not going to be in the audio part. Wait, that's not... Is it... Maybe here in the oscillator. Yeah, here. No, that's C119. No. Here in this oscillator circuit. Perhaps. 152. Here, 157. Yeah. That is indeed... No, not in the audio part. So that's also going to be general purpose. 1 microfarad at 50 volts. And is it installed correctly? Well, I always keep saying, is it installed correctly? Of course it's installed correctly, but is the silk screening correct? Yes, it is. So I can the last time I worked on a Hitachi gear was an amplifier. I have some videos about that on the channel as well, somewhere. It's been a while. And then it was similar vintage, so the PCB board was the same style, and that one had a misprint at some point. So the polarity was marked incorrectly. So yeah, you really need to check before you take them out, because if you just rely on the silk screen, not a good idea. What about the FM discriminator cap? Yeah, we will need to do that one at some point. I'm not there yet. I'm now doing all the 1 microfarad caps. Where is... Up, voila. Let's read this one as well. I guess again 1.22, right? The 1.18 even, that's the best one yet. Well, the FM discriminator, I actually don't know what value it is by heart, we'll have to see. It was over there, C157. Come on. Okay. Right, I think all the blue ones are done. Have you replaced it? It's normally, no, I haven't replaced it yet, I believe. Normally 2.2 to 4.7, I saw it on the circuit, but don't recall you replaced. No, I have only done both filter caps in the power supply, and then all the 1 microfarad caps. Let me show you. It is, where is the... Here it's 4.7. I think it's this one, right? So here is the discriminator C217. It's this 4.7 microfarad. I think that's the discriminator cap, right? And then here is another coupling cap. So after you have basically detected the FM, you go here through this potentiometer, and then you go through here, you go through this C210, also haven't done that one yet, but that's also in the audio part, because as of this point you have audio, basically. So that goes into pin 10 of the IC, and then you have an amplifier and it comes back out of pin 9. So here, this one, they're both still to do. So let's see if everything is still working. I'm going to test this regularly and see if nothing blows up, because otherwise, if you swap them all and then it doesn't work, yeah, you don't know where you screwed up. Yeah, still works.
Ja, je hebt al eens verkend, zei Klaas. Je kent het al een beetje.
Hey, I remember this one from Graham's stream, from the Christmas stream, right? That's the song that I requested on his Christmas stream. Yeah, that was just the end of the song. Okay, that's still working. Right, so since you are talking about the awful song, yeah, no, yeah, this is, yeah, this personal opinion, yeah, This is really my type of music. Right. What was I saying and doing? What else do we still need to do here? Well, the green ones, yeah. So you see there are now green ones left. It's not Pink Floyd, yeah, I know, but not everything has to be Pink Floyd. So there are still green ones left. Those are 0.47. I'm gonna leave those for a while, until the end. Then, let's see, which one have I not done yet? There is one in the back. That is a 50 volt 4.7. That might well be the discriminator cap. It is C217. Let's do that one next. Yeah, voilà. C217. That is that guy. Let me put it in the full screen. Yeah, that's that guy. Let's do that one next. And it is not installed according to the silk screen. See? Ha! I don't know if you are able to see it. I don't think you will be able to see this. But it's definitely not installed according to the silk screen. Can I put my camera a bit? Wait, let me just do it like this, then you don't get completely dizzy when I'm moving the camera. And let's turn on the lighting here. Can I put this full screen now? Yeah, but you can't see the skill. It's that guy over there. And if I push that one out of the way, see, there is a plus. There is a plus indicated, and this is clearly the negative side. And here on the back side as well. The plus is on top, towards the top. Oops, pump the camera towards the top, and the negative is towards the bottom. So that is definitely not installed. Well, I think it's either not installed correctly or the silkscreen marking is wrong. Yeah, no, my camera is, yeah. Let's see what is the case. Which of the two? Is the cap installed incorrectly or is the silkscreen marking wrong? So it's installed with the positive side towards resistor R216. Now the question is, of course, does it matter? Wait, that is... The cap is R217, yes. No, the resistors... Yeah, see here on this the drawing as well. The positive side of this cap is connected to resistor 216. And here... Yeah, here on the PCB, it's marked with the negative, so the PCB is marked incorrectly. Yeah, clearly, and the negative side of the cap is connected to resistor 215, which is also the case on the drawing. And again, yeah, it's printed incorrectly. So yeah, you do have to pay attention. Now, I don't think would this have mattered. Yeah, maybe probably not. But in any case, I'm gonna install it like the previous one was installed. C217. Yeah, now this song is stuck in my head, of course. And this is a 4.7 at 50 volts. Let's see if we have something in stock that can be a decent substitute. Yep, 4.7 at 50 volts. Perfect. I even have a couple. I even have some which have wider leg spacing. That's convenient. And they are also 50 volt. Yeah, 4.7 at 50 volts. Let's test the one that came out. So the FM discriminator cap, and I guess it will also still be perfectly fine. Oh no! 5.7 instead of 4.7. 1.7 ohms of ESR. Let's test the new one. Yeah, that's better, see? 4.9. So that is our first cap that is clearly out of spec. And it's an important one. Like you said, Derek, it's probably the most important one in the entire tuner. And yeah, so this one needs to be installed differently as what is marked on the board here. So the minus has to go onto the plus. Okay. Right. Now, how many do we still have left? One, these are done. One, I'm not going to count the 0.47s because those will be last. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, 7. Okay, I'm gonna take a very quick break. I'm gonna fetch something to drink, and I'll be right back in, I don't know, 2 minutes or so. So, quick break, and then we'll continue. I will be able to finish this today, I believe, I hope. So, quick break. Okay, we are back. I have taken a beer and let's continue. So maybe I'll do the big one. There is this big boy sitting here in the middle. It's a 330 microfarad at 16 volts. And funnily enough, it's raised up slightly. See, and it has its legs covered with heat shrink. Probably because, I don't know why. Is it because it maybe physically didn't really fit in there? I don't know. It's C308. I have no clue why they needed such a big one. C308. And it is located... Sure. In which circuit is it located? I think it's also in the AM detector or something. Or in the muting circuit. C301, C304, C308. Here it is, C308. Indeed, 330 microfarad at 16 volts. I have no clue what that is doing. Is that a filter for the IC, perhaps? That could be the case. It's a reservoir for the IC, perhaps? In any case, it's not an audio part, so we can simply replace it with general purpose 330 16 volts. No problem. Ditto. Ditto. What is ditto? Did you also took a beer, or what do you mean? 330 at 16 volts. This is 330 at 16 volts. It's also tiny compared to this guy. It's a Nippon Chemicon as well, and what I have here is a Rubicon. Yeah. C308. Where is it? C306. C308 here for now. I think it is slightly erased. I don't know why they did this. See? The camera is not focusing. Wait. See, I don't know why they did this. Why did they put the cap like 1 centimeter above the board and then put this heat shrink on the legs? I have no clue. And I also didn't check if it was... How does it need to be put in according to the schematic? It needs to go with the plus to pin 1. Yeah, the plus goes to pin 1, the minus goes to resistor R252 or no. Yeah, it is going to pin 1 of the IC indeed. Yeah, so the bottom one here, that is the, well, no, not the one towards me, that's the plus. It's in plus, it goes indeed to pin 1, that's correct, yeah. Let's test this guy. 330 microfarad. Wait. I think I just lost the connection here with one of the two legs. Yeah. 351. Acceptable. 351. Yeah. That's acceptable. Is this... No, the leg spacing can be a bit bigger. That's the pain in the butt of using modern capacitors, is that the leg spacing is always, well, smaller than the original ones. Like this, minus towards the back. Yeah. So you said ditto, Birdie. Does it mean that you're also drinking a beer, or and if so, which one? Jupiler, ja, dat is een unforgivable sin, hè. You need this, hè. Dat is, ja. Cheers, Derek. Thanks for dropping by. You may need to publicize. Yeah, I know. I didn't publicize it on purpose because I wasn't sure if I was able to get it ready, and I considered it a bit of a test stream because I was not sure if things were going to hold up, if things were not going to crash or anything, if I was doing everything correctly. So that's why I really wanted to do like an impromptu live stream, and I definitely don't want to do a regular schedule. I also didn't know if I was going to like it or not. So anyway, have fun as well, Derek. See you later, and yeah, probably in Graham's stream or something. Next one. What else do we have here? There is another rather big one. I can't really see what it is. It's It's 47. Yeah, it's a 47. And it's C209, if I can read it correctly. C209, yes. It's also somewhere in the detector circuit. C209, it's a 47 microfarad. I don't know what voltage. Bye, Derek. Agree. Shame not more people here. Yeah, okay. But I don't have a really big channel, you know. I also was not expecting a lot of people here. I'm already glad that there are some people here. I was expecting that I was going to be here all alone, all evening. But yeah. It's not the most spectacular live stream either. So, C209. Here it is, 47 at 16 volts. That's also not in the audio part. So let's see, where are my 47s? (47) at 16. This is 35. 63. What is this? 25, and this also 25. So I'm going to use a 25 then. Let's get it out. And it is installed correctly. I can't really see. The cap is bigger than position on the board. Yeah, it's installed correctly. So, what was it? C209, right? 207, C207 here. Is it this one? No. Wow, is it C209 then? Mother of God. Yeah, C209. Is it this one? Yes, that is the correct one. Okay. It is really difficult to get hold of and to grab. Okay, I got it. And it's a 16 volt indeed, 47. To be fair, I was really even doubting to do the live stream even until like 5 minutes before I started. I was still not sure if I was gonna do it, but yeah, I figured why not. Now there's a lot of solder here that I need to suck. Damn it. It's like two components are blobbed together here and then let's test this one. 47. Yeah, that is almost spot on. 48.6. So I don't think I'm gonna put a big dent in this tuner by swapping all the caps. Okay. Maybe we should check again if it is still working. It should be. Should. Okay. Yep. Still working. There is another dial bulb that blew because this thing has 5 bulbs. So you have 4 bulbs over here and 1 bulb behind the meter. When I started working on it, there was 1 bulb blown. Then after a while, there was a second one is blown, and also now the one of the meter is also blown. So this is deteriorating quite badly. Still football.
Van de linkerkant gaat te spelen, veronderstel ik toch? Hij heeft een beetje in het centrum.
Het is in tranen.
voelen.
Okay, still working. Right, next. Let's see. There is another one. It's another 47 microfarad. Is it also 16 volts? I can't see. It's C254. 254. Where is it? I think it should be somewhere in the output. C254. C300, C250, C252, 255, 254. Here, it's across the meter. Okay. Okay, so that is a 47 at 6.3. Yeah, I don't have 6.3, so that's also gonna be a 47 at, what was it, 25? Yeah, 47 at 25. And is that one labeled correctly? Yep. Okay. No. .47, yeah, at 225 volts, and this one was indeed 47 at 6.3. Now the thing is, the caps in a tuner, they haven't really had the hardest life, because in an amplifier there is much more heat inside that has been generated over time. So the caps dry out much more quickly in an amp than in a tuner. So that's another reason probably why the caps here are all still in very good condition. Let's test this guy, 47 at 6.3 volts. I have a feeling that this one might be a bit more out, because caps of that low voltage, they are usually a bit more, well, fragile. Yeah, 55. Indeed, that is also borderline acceptable. But it's only the cap for the meter, so again, it wouldn't have made a difference, a big difference, if that one was perfect or just slightly off. So that one is done, that's done, that's done, that's done, that is done, done. There are these two, have I done them? No, these two on the top, maybe I'll do those right now. That's C210 and C211. I think they are identical and they are both 3.3. Let's see where they are. C210 and C211. Here is C210. That is in line with the audio. And C211 over there. That is in the muting circuit. So I'm going to do those separately. The C210, 210. That one I'm going to use an audio cap for. But let's first take this one out. So that is it marked correctly labeled? Yes. So the label is correct. Okay, let's take that one out. So yeah, these guys over here. Okay. Okay, where is my solder braid? Okay. Yeah. See you later, Petronics. Thanks for dropping by. I don't know if I'm going to fully finish it either, because all these .47 microfarad ones, I don't know yet. We'll see. When I get tired, I'll also quit. So 3.3, right? So that one is in the audio part because it's just after the FM detector. So let's test the one that came out. It's a 3.3 at 50 volts. And 4.14. That is the worst one yet, I believe. And that one is in the audio part. So I'm gonna change that with a Nichicon UFW series. The only drawback of these audio grade caps, or well, these Nichicons, that is that they are 85 degrees. So they are a bit less future proof, or a bit less hardened, let's say, compared to the normal caps that I usually use. But to remind you again where it's located, it is over there. The C210, here this potentiometer is basically the output of the FM discriminator. So here you have audio that goes through the wiper of the pot, and then it goes into the amplifier here. There is an AF amplifier here in this IC. So that one is really in line with the audio part. And okay, has to go like this. So the interesting part is that the two bad caps that we found are both in the FM detector circuit. That's interesting. Now let's do the other one. The other one was C211. I think so, yeah, C211. Is that one installed correctly? Yes. Okay. There's a whole blob of solder on one of, yeah, on both pins basically of this capacitor. Hey Joe, how are you, mate? Well, I think he just left, so yeah. Hello. I hope you're doing fine. Yeah, I just set up the stream, like impromptu basically. I didn't announce it up front or anything because I wasn't really sure if I was going to do it because I had to figure out all the setup and I was not sure if it was going to work decently and if I was not going to have any technical issues and things like that. So I didn't set up or I didn't plan it basically up front. C211, that was an, what was it, a 3.3, right? Yeah, 3.3 microfarad. Let's see if this one is also as bad as the previous one. Yeah, it's 4.13, that's also way high, so also not good. 3.3 at 50 volts, let's see. What is this? 3.3 with 100 volts. I have one left of 50 volts, so let's put that one in. Not that it matters, but anders was ik, ja, okay. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna do this more in the future. The idea is basically that when I'm restoring something, then sometimes I decide to do a full recap like I'm doing with this tuner right now. And it doesn't really make sense to put that all in a restoration video. And I was planning to do the recap anyway this evening. So then I figured, why not just do it on a live stream? Because then we can also have a chat a bit in the meantime. Let's see if this one is that one connected correctly? Wait, I'm doing something wrong here. Yeah, I was using the wrong holes. It's over there that I need to be. Yeah. Come on. Right. So you're also in Belgium, Birdie, since you're drinking Jupiler? Or yeah, it could also be Netherlands. Now I was thinking the plus goes to resistor R213. Is that correct according to the schematic? Let's see. So C211 was up here somewhere, right? Yeah. The plus goes to resistors R230. Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. And the negative side goes to... no idea. Goes to ground basically, or what is this? Yeah, yeah. Probably. Ah, the positive goes to pin 8 as well. Ah, yes, indeed, yeah. Okay, that's correct. Nee, so you're in the Netherlands then? Let's see if I haven't screwed things up again. So let's just test the tuner again and see if it still works. Antenna. Plug it in. Yeah. Nee, in België. Ah, oké, ja, ja, oké. Which region of Belgium? If you want to share, of course, and you don't have to. What's next? I think I have most of them. I think there are 2 left from the ones which are higher than half a microfarad, or larger than half a microfarad, let's say. The tiny ones I haven't done yet, so I think there are 2 left here. One is 22 microfarad and this one is 47. So let's take the 47 first. That's C255. C255. 215. 253. 255 here. Yeah, that's also a filter cap, I guess. So again, 47. 47. At, yeah, 6 to 3. What did I put in here on the one for the meter? That is 25. Okay, so I will take again 47 at 25, yeah. And then this one, is it installed correctly? Yeah, the negative is indeed correctly marked on the board, so that's fine. Here it is. Voilà. Where is it? I lost it. Ah, there it is. Okay. Okay. 255. Yep. And let's test the one that came out. 47 at 6.3. $55, also not great. Not great. So we will put a new one in. If I can find the hole, yeah, there it is. 55 to 55. Like this, okay. Okay. Right, and then I think there is only one left of the ones that, yeah, except the green ones. And that's that guy, that's a 22, it's a C119, so that should be very close to the one that we just swapped. 119, or not. No, it's totally not close. 119, no, it's not close at all. One 119 here, over here. So that is in, it looks like an oscillator circuit. 22 at 16 volts. 22. Yeah, I'm not gonna have one that is as low as 16 volts. So that's gonna be, what is this? 63 volts, and this one 50 volts. Yeah, so let's take the 50 volts. And is it marked correctly? Yes. Oh, that also has a big blob of solder. Okay. So you see, I did find a couple caps which were not spectacular. I mean, they were off quite a bit, not in the dramatic way that they are not functioning or not doing their job anymore, but see, I was even a bit in doubt if I would going to recap this thing. But I did find a couple of caps which were not that great. Where is my solder braid again? Oh, here. I'm into the last section of this roll. So now, yeah, see, then we did find some bad capacitors by swapping them out, by swapping everything out. So and this one was a 22. Let's test it also. 22. Yeah, 25. This is still acceptable, but I've seen better. And should be like this, the negative on that side, positive towards the front. Okay. Right. Where am I? Yeah. Right, okay. Now I think just discovered your channel. Good work, thank you. Welcome, Denk V8M. Just discovered your channel. Good work, thanks a lot, mate. I'm just posting stuff what I like to do. So yeah, thanks for the compliment. And Joe, switching to tablet machine won't be able to chat from that though. Don't worry, Joe. Thanks for dropping in anyway. I really thought that I was going to be sitting here alone all evening, so I think apart for the 0.47 microfarad ones, I have done everything. Let me quickly double check. So those two are done, that's done. Those ones are done. That one is done as well, I guess. Yes. Those two as well. That one, done. Underneath there, done. Yeah. So the only ones left are these green ones. These 6 green ones. And these are 470 nanofarad. Now, I believe that a couple of those are also in the audio pad, but I need to identify which ones. So let's see, I have C305, 306, 301. What is this? Not labeled. 311 and 312. Let's see if you can find those on the schematic. Yeah, see here we already have 2. See 311 and 312. Funnily, they are marked here as 1 microfarad, which is not what is installed here. Because the plus side of 311 goes to resistor R307, is that correct? No, that is not correct. This is the negative of 312 that... yeah, no. Wait, I need to check this on the bottom side, that's easier. 311. The negative side of 311 goes to resistor 308. Is that correct? Yes, that is correct. And the negative side of 312 goes to nowhere. Yeah, to resistor 307. Yeah, so that is also correct. And these are definitely not 1 microfarad. They are... Ah, no, they are. They are 1 microfarad. I was mistaken. These are just different colors. They are different brand as well. The brand, oh no, it's Nippon Chemicon, but they are 1 microfarad. So, and they are clearly in the audio part. Because see, so this is the stereo decoder, and here you pin 5 and pin 4 here, those are both channels. I think that's the right channel. So pin 5 here, that's the right channel, pin 4 is the left channel. They go through these filters. And then through these capacitors, they are in line with the audio, and then this is a switch, as I said, the FM AM switch, yeah, right. And then it goes into this this transistor as an amplifier, and then it goes out. So these are also in the audio pad. So I'm also going to swap those with these 1 microfarad bipolars that I had laying around here. Yeah, these guys. So let's take both of them out, and it doesn't really matter how they are soldered in, because I'm going to switch them with bipolars. I think maybe these are bipolars, because, oh no, they are not, they are marked. I didn't see the marking, yeah. So I'm going to take these 2 out and switch them with bipolar audio caps. C3 to 12. Okay, that's 1 out. Where is the other one? 311. Okay. You do need to do a bit of juggling when you're working on an equipment like this. Fortunately, it's only a tuner and it's a very basic tuner, so it's really light. It's not a heavy amp that you need to juggle around constantly. I think I gotta fetch some new solder braid because this one is getting hot on my fingers to use this last piece of strip. But okay, yeah, that's saturated. Let's not use that anymore and let's put in the new ones. Let's first test these guys that came out. 1 microfarad. 1.1. This is, yeah, they are just still quite good. .03, yeah, 3.7 ohms of ESR. I don't think the new ones is going to do much better. So 3.7 ohms. What is it the new one's gonna do? Yeah, 3.8. So yeah, this is futile, this job that I'm doing here. But let's call it preventive maintenance, right? And then if these are done, then we only have 4.47 microfarad caps left to do. Okay. 312, 311. Come on. Okay. Do you have any thoughts on using film caps in the audio pad on the lower value ones? Yeah, sure, why not? I mean, I think they're perfect. I have nothing against using film caps in the audio pad, just as I have nothing against using normal audio grade capacitors in the audio pad, just as I have nothing against using normal general purpose capacitors in the audio pad. People that claim that they can hear the difference of a film cap in an audio pad, really, if somebody claims that they can hear this, I really want to do a blind test because I'm not convinced that you can hear this. I'm convinced that you can hear the difference between a bad capacitor and a good capacitor. But between a good Elco and a film cap, I don't know. I really don't know. But I think it's the way to go because for lower values, electrolytics are disappearing, I think, for lower values. So I think it's the way to go. I bought these. I already said this earlier in the stream. I bought an assortment of audio-grade Nichicons a couple of years ago, and I would bet that, all on DigiKey, I would bet that most of these are now not in stock anymore. So if I would now have to restock these, I would go for film caps, I think. Now let's see if these 0.47s, if they are in the audio path or not. 305, 306, 301, and then there is this one that is not labeled, which is weird. Yeah, it doesn't have a label, not on the bottom side neither. It's near test point 18, so I don't know. So 301, 305 and 306. 301, 305 and 306. 304, 306 over here, that's not the audio path, that's in a low pass filter on the stereo demodulator. So that's not critical. 305 should be around here somewhere as well. 301, here, that is in the audio path. Because this is the stereo demodulator I see, and pin 2 is the input. So that is the audio, which is the FM audio, which is not yet demodulated. That comes from here. I am sharing my drawing, right? Yes. So that comes from here. It goes here through C301, and then it goes up. It goes here, this squiggly line, and it comes out of this amplifier I see. So that one I'm gonna swap with an audio grade, and then this is in here on top, and then this other one, I don't know where it is. Where is it connected to? Let's try to find out. So you have here test point 18, and it is connected to ground on one side and to. Is that possible to? No, that's not. I'm like totally confused. Test point 18. Where is this? Even somewhere on the. It should be close to here somewhere. It's probably not even a test point. It's like a connection point on the edge of the PCB somewhere. See, 15, 16, test point 1. Yeah, there is no 18 anywhere. I don't get it. What is the? I'm gonna take one leg out. I don't even know which one it is. Is it this one? No. Is it this one? No. I'm just heating up random stuff here. It's maybe lower here. Is it C211 perhaps? No. C211 I already swapped. That's C211. Here is this one. No. Yeah, so this is this the top or the, I'm like totally confused. Okay, I got it. It is connected to, What the hell? It's connected to test point to pin 18, which is connected via wire to 20, which is connected via another wire to 21. I have no clue what this is. '18, 19, 20, and 21. No clue. Hi Gear, how are you, mate? Doing well? Yeah, I don't know where. It's not labeled on the board, and it wouldn't surprise me if it is not even. On the schematic anywhere. So wait, there is here a cap which is not populated, so I'm gonna follow this line. So you have pin 4 or connector 4. Where is that one? That's here, that's the ground. Okay, and that goes to C. Yeah, that is not populated, no. Okay, pin 20 is connected to transistor, the base of Q202. Okay, so if we go to Q202, where is here? That's this one. The base of that is connected to here, this post number 20, which is then via a wire connected to post number 18. This is not on. This is nowhere drawn on the schematic. Nowhere. So I guess I'm just gonna swap that cap, and I have no clue what it does. It's not on the schematic, and it's, yeah. Here is a C221. That's the one that I swapped, C221. No, that's not true. Is it C221 perhaps? I think it is, because I don't see, yeah, it's C221, yeah. Okay, so that is in the muting circuit. It also doesn't need to be an audio grade cap. Okay. Yeah, that was really confusing, simply because it's not labeled. So first things first, we're gonna swap 301. So that was this coupling cap here for the audio input to the stereo decoder. So we're gonna swap that one first. Right, 301. Okay. Let's take it out first. And is it labeled correctly in this case? Yeah. Okay. 301, 301. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Now these ones I probably will not be able to test with my peak meter because it probably doesn't go as low as for the 470 nanofarads. I don't know, we can try, but I think it won't work. No. Let's see if it works, but I don't think that one will read unless it has gone high, and then maybe it will come into the range of the meter. But I don't think it will. Ah, yeah, yes, it does. So it's a 4.7, and it's measuring as a 0.53. So that's actually not that bad. And I'm gonna swap it with a 0.47 Nichicon UFW, like these guys. Well, Ger, you're saying good evening, Christophe and all. Yeah, it's not that there are a lot of people in here. I mean, so I think we can maybe play a card game, but it's not going to be much more than that. Okay, let's put it in. 301 and the negative towards the back of the tuner, like this. Okay. Okay. Well, now we have 3 caps left, and all 3 are 0.47s. So this one, and that one that I removed one leg from. Het kan alleen maar beter worden. Ja, oké, ja. I don't know. If it gets later in the day, maybe it will get worse. And if there is more beer, could get worse, could get better. I don't know. Now, these guys, let's see, are they installed? The negative is indeed marked correctly. This one as well, and this one probably as well. Yeah, this one as well. Whoops. Avalanche of capacitors. So I'm going to take all 3 out. So this is the unmarked one. Or yeah, well. Okay, and then this one the other two, C306 and C305. Where are they? Come on. Hello, C305. Come on. C306 over here. Right, okay. Then the last one, that is that this guy? Yes. Okay, they are out. Whoa. Audio gate caps in an FM tuner. I would save them for other. Yeah, I know. I made a remark already earlier at the beginning of the stream. It's a bit useless, even though I only put them in the audio pad, so I only have like 4 or 5 in the circuit. So. And I have them laying around, and when I bought them, they weren't really much more expensive as regular caps, so I figured, why not use them? I have 4 basically in here, or 5, I believe. I have 2 on the output, 2 just before the output transistors, let's say, and then 1 coupling just before the stereo decoder, and then 1 coupling cap just after the discriminator, so 6 in total. Okay, let's test these guys. Yeah, 7.2 ohms might seem high, but it's 470 nanofarad, so the ESR is never going to be very fantastic. So 0.53, it's not bad. .52, same thing. And this one, I think that was the unlabeled one. That's better even, in terms of ESR at least. Now, I have these 3 caps to swap. Oh, there I still have to clean some, clean something up here. So I have these 3 to swap, and what I wanted to do actually is swap them with ceramic chip resistors, capacitors, sorry. But I'm afraid that for these 2 that's going to be possible, but for that one, the through holes in the PCB are quite spaced out, so I don't think a chip capacitor will fit in there. Let me grab my my caps. So yeah, of course, if the pins are too far spaced out, then I don't think that'll work. I do have some regular 0.4, well, 470 nanofarad caps, but I think I made a mistake when ordering those. Those were really miniature ones, so they have a horrible ESR. So it's not really an added value, those ones. I think it would be much nicer if I could swap these with SMD capacitors. But I think in this case the spacing will be too wide. Wait, let me reposition the camera perhaps, because in this case it might be interesting. Yeah, no capacitor bingo. Yeah, there are not enough contestants for a capacitor bingo, so yeah. And I also don't really have that much time to wait for every capacitor to test, wait 1 minute or 5 minutes or so for everyone to put their vote. Let's see, can I reposition my camera? I have only one camera. I am not that well equipped like some other YouTubers, but wait. Gonna do this differently. Gonna do it like this. Okay. Let's see if that, it's a bit wobbly. Let's see here, these guys, there I think it has to be possible. This one, see over there, those holes, they are a bit too far apart, I think. So let's just try. Where are my tweezers? Okay. Okay, let's take out 2 to start with. See, yeah, that will work. That will definitely work here as well. So I'm just gonna put a bit of. Oh, it's okay. Yeah, yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna do a lot of live streams. It is just. When the occasion arrives that I need to do some work which is too boring to put in a regular video, then I'll do some live streams, right? But yeah, no, let's see. Let's hope that I don't fling these across the room. Okay, that one is in place. I'm just going to add a bit more solder. I made the mistake of adding solder on both sides first. I should do only one side. Okay. Just out of curiosity, this you won't be able to see probably, but if I test this guy now, yeah, 0.52, but only 2.6 ohms in ESR. And the one which I just replaced, yeah, same thing. 2.6, and these that never go bad normally. So let's put a blob of solder on one of the contacts and then put the cap in place. Position it. Okay, now do the other side. Okay, those are in. This is a working, yeah, it's a working unit, yes, yes. I'm making a video on the restoration of this tuner. And I'm at the stage of the recap, and I didn't want to put it in the video. But the unit was fully working, was fully working. So I hope it is now still fully working. Yeah, this is gonna be a bit more difficult, because if I would put one of these guys here, then, well, it might just work. Okay. Okay, oops, bumped the camera, sorry for that. Now let's see if I can bridge this, because I have like a 1 millimeter space between the cap and the actual pad. Can I bridge it? Yes. Okay, let's reflow this side. Okay. That's in. I think we are done. I think all the caps have been swapped. And I like this solution with the chip resistors on the back for the lower values of the capacitors are not, well, the ones that are not in the audio part, at least. Let me zoom out again a bit with the camera. Well, zoom out, reposition the camera again. Okay. Now let's test again and let's see if it is still working. Now it does need an alignment, so be aware. Well, it needs a slightly an alignment. It's not a lot of things. It's not out very much. It's only, I think, the oscillator that needs to be aligned. Pum pum. And honestly, it's almost 11 o'clock here, and that was my timing, more or less, that I wanted to keep for the end of the stream. So yeah, timing-wise, this is perfect. Where is my? Oh, wait, let's put the big screen again, and let's connect the antenna. Now, the antenna is also very janky, so it is not the best reception with this antenna. It's just to have something to test. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Right out of the box, we have stereo. Yeah. There is quite a bit of interference from my lighting here on the bench and everything, so... Do you want to hear the news?
Radio 1.
Alles begint bij luisteren.
11 uur, goedenavond, VRT Nieuws met Els Leijs. Pommelien Thijs is al voor het 4e jaar op rij de grote winnaar bij de MIA's, de belangrijkste Vlaamse muziekprijzen. Thijs wint er 5, waaronder voor de 4e keer op rij hit van het jaar voor haar nummer Atlas. En daarmee evenaart de zangeres haar 2023. Ze is vanavond wel het meest blij met de MIA voor haar album Gedoe. En ze is ook overdonderd door het succes.
Absurd. Het is...
Wow, I mean, this sounds really good. Could be placebo effect, but I think it sounds a bit better than it used to before I did a recap. Thanks, Dan K. Hope to see you again. As I said, I don't know if I will be doing much more live streams anytime soon, but there should be videos out, and there is definitely going to be a video out about this tuner. So.
14 en 15 jaar oud. Ze wachten voor de jeugdrechter.
Here we go again.
Since it's 11 o'clock in the evening, we can try AM, but there is all the interference of the bench here. I don't know if that's gonna work. This is AM. I don't think so. It is receiving. Yeah, a lot of interference. No, doesn't make a difference. Does this make a difference? No. That should be better normally. But could be also because I'm live streaming. I'm streaming via Wi-Fi. So yeah, thanks Ger. It's just a recap, and I'm glad I didn't break anything because the tuner was working, and I was really doubting if I would even have to do the recap. But I did find a couple caps that were like 50% out. Not a lot, I think maybe 3 or so, but I would never have found them otherwise. So I'm glad I did it. And there are still a couple of transistors that need to be swapped preventively as well. I'm not going to do that now. I'm going to do it in the normal video on the channel. So, but on AM it's clearly dead. Nothing at all. Is this ABBA? Yeah. Yeah, there is a Rifa, sort of. Not really. Yeah, of course it's plugged in now. Here is a snubber. It's not a Rifa, so it's a 100 nanofarad plus 47 ohms of resistance, snubber. And then here is a, yeah, I guess, what is it? An 0.0047 250 volts cap. So strictly not really a RIFA. So this one, it's not warm, so it's not that it's shorting or anything. So I don't think that is a problem. There are some bulbs that need to be swapped, but you will see that in the video. I will talk about it in the video. This one I already did, the stereo indicator. The normal bulbs I still need to do. The receptance is, yeah, I think it needs alignment. Definitely now that the caps have been swapped, I think it needs an alignment. So that's my next job, is align this thing. That's the stereo, and but wait, the muting is not working. Wait, the muting is not working anymore. What is? See, we did break something. The muting is not working anymore. So, but because this is normally the mute switch. So, yeah. Maybe I just have a... I had my antenna connected the other way around. That's what happened. Okay. I had the ground of the antenna and the antenna swapped. Much better, much better. So yeah, okay. I think I've done everything that I wanted to do in this stream, so yeah. Thanks, Ger. See you also next time. Too bad, I love it when things get broken. Yeah, there are still some broken things on this thing. So there are some broken bulbs. There was a broken stereo indicator. There is the dial which is slightly misaligned. And it's not just the pointer, so I need to do an alignment and align the oscillator. But that's it. This unit was in quite good condition, actually, both cosmetically and electronically. So okay, yeah, I think I'm gonna call it a day for this stream, for my first stream. Glad to see that there are still some people that joined, so it was quite nice. I might do it again in the future. I don't know yet. I'm not planning to do regular streams, only if I have a job like this to do, that I can talk to someone while doing it, basically. So yeah. Okay, I think I'm gonna end the stream now, and yeah, I hope I see you at some later point, maybe in the extreme of Graham, or in the comments on my videos, or maybe if I do an extreme in the future. So yeah. Thanks for watching, and good night. See you next time. Bye.